What the heck is up, you guys? It's your boy Ace, aka Animated Heroes, here back with another action figure news / pre-order update video. And it seems like it's been a little while since I've done one of these. I think it's maybe been a couple of weeks or so, not entirely sure. But for a while, it did seem like I was dropping these back to back. So now, after not dropping one for a little while, it seems like I've kind of had a break from these. Tamashii Nations was going crazy with all the announcements and everything. And of course, we do have a little bit of Tamashii Nations to talk about today, but most of it is going to come from Mafex, and we also have a little Figma thrown in here. So yeah, this is one I am really excited for. Everything that we're going to be discussing today, with the exception of maybe one or two figures, I am going to be picking up. Now, you guys already know how these videos work. If you don't, drop a like for your boy, as it always motivates me to bring you guys this content. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, or you're new here, and let's go ahead and get right into it. Now, starting things off with a little bit of Figma, here we have what could potentially be the very best 1/12 scale Legend of Zelda Link action figure. And I say potentially for a reason. First off, if you look at these images, this guy comes with a buttload of accessories. And I mean, already looking at this, something like that would probably sell most people. I mean, he comes with his traditional sword and shield. He comes with a bow and arrow, a set of arrows. He comes with a Fortnite glider, a Fortnite rocket, an extra weapon with a rock attached to the end, an extra shield. He comes with a puddle that you can split him in half and he can kind of climb out of like he's in a stealth mode or something. This guy comes with a ton of stuff, man. And already I knew this was one I had to pick up. But I go back to that word potentially because I have one issue with this figure so far that I hope doesn't turn out to be an issue when I actually get my hands on it. If you look at the image on the bottom left, you can see he is split in half and he pegs into what is essentially that water base. Now, in case you guys don't collect a whole lot of Figma figures, I want to make sure you guys are aware that when it comes to their figures that are meant to be split in half for particular reasons, maybe they have interchangeable lower or upper body parts, they usually mess them up. And I'll give you two examples on screen right now. And sometimes it gets so bad that the figures just fall apart in hand. You lift them by the upper half, the lower half falls off. I truly hope that's not an issue with this figure. I don't want that, but we'll see in due time. But for now, this thing looks outstanding. Now, this version right here is going to cost you $110 before taxes and shipping. If you import it, obviously domestically, it's going to cost more. Now, if that is a little bit too much for your pockets, there is a standard version as well that, of course, doesn't come with nearly as many accessories, but that version is $56 before taxes and shipping. This figure is slated to be releasing a February 2025. So basically a year away, meaning you've got plenty of time. But this is one I will tell you, if you are thinking about getting it, don't skip out on it. These figures usually sell out, and this is an exclusive sale, meaning once it releases, you're not going to be able to find this anywhere. Now, next up is an announcement that kind of comes out of nowhere, but at the same time, it's not really all that surprising. Revoltech has announced that they are going to be releasing a blank body action figure accessory kit. And this shouldn't be much of a surprise because we do have plenty of companies that have done it. Tamashii Nations, Figma, and heck, there's even plenty of third-party companies that are releasing these. But I feel like the accessories are probably what is going to sell this pack the most, because plenty of action figures are not coming with guns these days like they should be it DC or Marvel. And so here is an opportunity to get your hands on some of those. And it also is going to include some accessories like muzzle flares and things. And then you do have on the bottom left what kind of looks like a blood effect piece. It's not really selling me. I do wish it looked more like blood instead of just a red muzzle flare. But yeah, this is one I'm not all that interested in. But if you are a fan of Revoltech and you like posing around their figures, then here is an extra one for you to add to the collection. Now, currently, we haven't received any information or updates on this figure, but given the fact that we have gotten pretty much all of the promo images, I'm expecting it to go up for pre-order sometime soon, within the next 2 weeks or so, and then we'll probably get the release somewhere around the end of this year or beginning of next year. Now, of course, as always, I will be keeping you guys updated on this one if you're interested in it. Moving right along and getting into some Medicom Toy or Mafex, they did announce 2 more characters for their The Boys line. And the first one we have on screen here is none other than The Deep, which is a weird name, but it's not even close to the weirdest thing that I have seen from this particular series. Now, I've never watched The Boys, but something about this character sells me. I really like green, and I'm looking at his outfit, and I'm seeing Reptile from Mortal Kombat. I know it's nothing close, but I do dig it. I've been told that this is the Boys version of Aquaman. You guys can correct me in the comments if that's not true or not close. I didn't make it up. I haven't seen the series, so it's just what I've heard. And it makes sense, though. I've noticed that he does have a bit of webbing between his fingers, meaning that he is probably a swimmer. And then that pose in the top right, it looks like him underwater. I don't know. I could imagine it being him underwater. Now, he doesn't come with that many accessories. He comes with a clipper for when I'm assuming he shaves his own head. He comes with a can of soda from what it looks like, or juice, whatever he drinks. He comes with 3 different head sculpts, which is pretty much the standard for Medicom Toy. 2 with his hair, and then 1 where his head is shaving. Why in the world did he widen his hairline like that? I have no idea. That's weird, but yeah, he comes with those things, and then several sets of interchangeable hands. I don't know what else they could have included because I don't know anything else about this character, but if you are planning on picking this up, he is slated to be releasing in February of 2025. It's Medicom Toy, meaning that it could potentially be pushed back, but the pre-order is currently live. Now, the next figure announcement from the Boys line is none other than one a lot of people have been asking for, Soulja Boy. And no, I'm not talking about Big Draco. I'm talking about the Boys, Soulja Boy. Again, I don't know anything about this character whatsoever, but this is a name that I have seen floating around almost just as much as Homelander when it comes to talking about this series. So I'm assuming this guy is a fan favorite. Now, I don't know if he's an actual superhero or he's just another scumbag, or if all the characters in the series are scumbags. I don't know. I have wanted to watch this show, but every time I've tried to give it a shot, something incredibly weird happens, and I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not sold on this. But this figure looks incredible, man. I love the colors. It's giving me the Boys version of Captain America. Of course, it has a lot to do with the star, the shield. As you can see, he does come with a few more accessories. He comes with a standard shield. He comes with kind of like a battle damage shield, what looks like a knife. He also comes with a flask, and I had to lift my phone up to see what's going on here. He comes with a microphone, and then I don't know what that other object is, but yeah, he comes with a load of accessories, tons of sculpt and detail, and then of course on top of that, he's going to come with several sets of hands. Now, just like every other figure I've announced in this video, actually, Soulja Boy is going to be coming out in February of 2025. Again, Medicom Toy could be potential pushback, but he is already up for pre-order if you plan on getting your hands on this guy. Now, the last figure we're going to be discussing from Medicom Toy is the one that I am easily the most excited for. And to be honest, I'm probably the most excited for this out of everything that we're going to discuss in this video. It is none other than Mafex's version of SpiderMan 2099. And the moment I saw the very first promo image for this figure, pre-order. Like, this is one I am extremely excited for. And I know I've seen the complaints. The body should be bulkier. The Marvel Legends Mezco should be on the Nightwing buck. I've seen all of it, and at this point, I don't care, bro. Medicom has shown you that all of their Spider-Man figures are going to be on the slimmer bodies, and it makes sense because depending on the interpretation, he's usually a teenager or a very slim adult. Spider-Man is not extremely bulky. He's not extremely muscular. Now, granted, there are some comic iterations where he is, but most of them, he's just a slim, slender teenager who's somehow become a superhero after being bitten by a radioactive spider. Now, granted, this is a different Spider-Man, but I'm just saying, most of the stories revolve around the same little bit of storytelling. Now, anyway, back to the figure here. I don't have any issues with this. The only thing I don't particularly care for is the way that they did the attachment pieces for the cape to the underarm. I don't really care for that, but other than that, this thing looks amazing, man. I am just... I want this thing right now. He comes with 3 different head sculpts, as you can see. He comes with one neutral head sculpt, one where the eyes are kind of a bit more sharpened, like he's glaring, and then you do come with the one where his mask is lifted a bit and you can see his teeth. Now, I know some people are like, where is the fully unmasked head? That would have been cool for them to throw in, but we already know that's something we'll probably get with another Spider-Man figure. They normally do this. They'll give us one version of Ben Reilly with an unmasked head sculpt, and then the other version of Ben Reilly won't have it. One version of Peter Parker where it'll come with an unmasked head sculpt and the other one won't. It is Mafex's selling tactic. They have to do what they have to do to push their figures. And I mean, it's a business scheme, it's a marketing scheme, but it has worked for them. So I'm not going to complain. Again, all the accessories, the same webs we've already seen a million times over. Like, at this point, there's no other way for me to put it. The hands are, of course, going to be a little different because they should have the claws attached to them. And I don't know, man. I'm just super excited for this one. Anyway, he is currently up for pre-order and he is slated to release in February, just like everything else we've discussed in this video thus far. Getting into the last little bit of this video, we have some Tamashii Nations to discuss. Now, in case you guys didn't know, this image was posted last night whenever I was doing my live stream with 86 reviews. Go check that out if you haven't already. For whatever reason, Tamashii Nations loves to post things whenever I am doing a live stream. I don't know why, but the past 3 times I've done a live stream, I've had people come in the comments and say, hey, go check Tamashii Nations page. And here we have basically 2 announcements. Now, the Naruto one, I'm going to get into in just a sec, so I'm going to focus on the Yu Yu Hakusho. If you look at this, it's clearly Yusuke Urameshi. Now, in terms of which costume, it's hard to say. I would think that they would make him in his school uniform first, but I would like to hope that they're going to make him in his Dark Tournament outfit, because Dawson Model, One Shot Toys, and I think there was another company that ended up making a Yusuke figure, started to make a Yusuke figure and never released it. And they were all in the school uniform. I want them to start with the Dark Tournament, but as of right now, this is the only image we've gotten. Basically, this is just to let us know that finally they're about to come up with something or come out with something, because I think they announced it like 6 months ago they were going to be doing Yu Yu Hakusho. So this is exciting news. Of course, I will cover more of it once we get more information. Now, the last thing we're going to discuss here is exactly what I said we were about to. It is the next figure in the Naruto Shippuden action figure line, Sage Mode Naruto. Now, this is one, I'm going to be honest, from the jump, I'm not all that excited for, because of the fact that if you don't include this guy, we've already gotten 5 other Naruto figures, and I'll showcase 4 of them on screen. They're pretty much using the same book. Now, the reason I say 5 is because the Kurama Link Mode Naruto also just came out. Now, granted, it's not utilizing the same book, but it is still another Naruto figure, which is exactly why I was hoping that the next release would be another character. Now, they did mention in their live stream where they showcased Itachi that the next figure was going to have soft goods, and this does make sense, even though I was really hoping it would be Tsunade or maybe even another Akatsuki member. Tamashii Nations has showcased they are fully aware of the fact that people have been making Sage Mode robes and all kinds of crazy Sage Mode customs for Naruto. So this release definitely makes sense. It's another way for them to reuse the book. Now, despite the fact I'm not all that excited for this, I am going to throw out everything I would love to see come with this figure. First off, I really wish he would come with some Sage Mode faceplates for Jiraiya, but since that figure was a web exclusive and we haven't technically gotten another Jiraiya outside of the 1.0 release from the old line, I doubt they're going to do that. I would love for them to throw in a brand new Rasen Shuriken, completely different from the Kurama Link Mode Naruto. I would love for them to throw in some facial expressions that we didn't get with some of the Arthur Toys accessory kits, and I know that Tamashii Nations is aware of that. I would really love it if they threw in like a Mangekyo Sharingan faceplate for Sasuke, where he's kind of just looking neutral, since that technically did happen around this time. As we can see, we are getting some interchangeable headband pieces for when the wind is blowing. You can see that the windswept is there in the headband. I'm really happy about that. I don't know what they're going to do with the interchangeable arms, but if you look at those, you can see they are different than what we've gotten before as well. I don't know, man. I really want them to go all out with this release, since they are just basically releasing another Naruto, and the bulk of our money when it comes to this release in particular is going to go towards the soft goods. I want them to truly go in on all the other accessories, and while I don't see it happening, I think that they should. I also, before I forget, they definitely have to release Ma and Pa as frogs. Like, they've got to come with this release. We haven't gotten them yet. It is two accessories that I feel like absolutely need to be thrown in. They were essential to the battle, and since we're probably not going to get any more Toad accessories or anything like that, we might as well at least get those, even if they're just small little statues that you can somehow peg onto the shoulders or something like that. Please, Tamashii Nations, throw those in. Now, as of right now, we don't have any more details on this, but of course, it being Naruto, you guys know I am going to keep you updated on this particular release once we get more information. So once again, another action figure news video that went on much longer than I wanted it to, but you guys already know by now when it comes to action figures, I love to talk about these. I love to share my thoughts and personal opinions, which is exactly why sometimes I tend to ramble, as I did in the Naruto segment of this video. I just feel like there are some things and a direction that they really need to take with that figure, just because of the fact we're basically getting the same figure again with a few different accessories. But anyway, I'm not going to ramble on any further about that. I want to know, what are you guys excited for in this video? Is it the Link? Are you guys going to be picking that one up? You definitely should. The boys figures, are you going to get the Deep? Are you going to get Soulja Boy? Are you going to be picking up that SpiderMan 2099? What about Naruto? Everything that we discussed, make sure to comment below what you are most excited for, because you guys know I want to know. Now, anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. That always helps me out. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure to hit that bell icon to be notified whenever I upload new content. And last but not least, follow me on everything you see listed in the description below to keep up with my activity outside of YouTube. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe wherever you are, and bye.